Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to practice an advanced level class. This is another class I would not recommend for beginners. I won't have that many modifications in this class, so I'm expecting people who are logging in to practice this class to already know modifications and use them when necessary. So it's looking like I need to tuck my shirt in here. We're going to start standing. So come standing. Get this all tucked in. Good. With the feet just about hip distance apart here. Bring your hands to your hips and let's just start circling the hips in a big clockwise circle. This is going to warm up the hip sockets. And if you're strengthening your legs, it'll bring a little bit of warmth to the legs as well. We always take deep breaths when we're practicing yoga, lots of good oxygen flowing through your lungs. Start to narrow and slow down your circles. And now let's reverse. Good. Strong legs. That's it. Slow and steady. Your knees are not bent, your knees are straight here, so that the work is coming in here to the hip flexors. Let's start to slow this down. Feet are going to stay where they are, and you're going to start to swing your arms from side to side. Let them go wild, just letting them go with the momentum you're creating up onto the toes, side to side. And this will help warm the waist, it'll help warm your shoulders. So you could keep your head looking forward like mine is now if it makes you dizzy to turn your head. But if you feel okay turning your head from side to side, just let your head go with you, side to side. And then start to slow this down until you've come to stillness here. And we'll bring the feet together, arms out long, make a fist with your thumbs on the outside. We're going to start jogging. You have the option, let me show you from the side, you have the option to just tap the feet like that, because if your knees are bothering you or you don't do well with impact, or you can pick up the feet. You want to keep your elbows strong and straight. Make big wide circles. This will elevate your heart rate. Making tight fists helps relieve anxiety. It is one of the hand placements, one of the mudras in yoga, making a fist. Feel the soles of your feet just tap, tap, tapping on the floor. If your shoulders start to get tired, you can keep up the jogging and just let your arms dangle for a minute. Good. And then you'll just come back in whenever you're ready. Now keep the jogging going in reverse directions. Your shoulders should be burning a little bit. In yoga, we don't want to feel pain, but we can test our limits. So I'm starting to breathe heavier now, and that's exactly what you want. want to feel the need to breathe. Avoid getting your shoulders shrugged up to your ears doing this. Keep the shoulders way down your back. Good. And if you're feeling absolutely fabulous, instead of these low jogs, you can bring the knees way up. I'm 50. It doesn't feel good for me to do that anymore. But any of these younger participants this morning might feel good doing that. Good. So we'll just keep jogging. We're going to shake out the arms. Tap the whole foot on the floor. Should have said this at the beginning, but you want your heels coming down. And stop in place, hands over your heart. And just feel, you can feel your heart beating there under your hands. Lift and spread your toes. We'll fold forward. Behind the back, we're going to interlace the fingers. And you're just letting your head hang here. Letting your shoulders and your back release. And breathe out. Bend your knees a little. Inhale your arms all the way over your head. And we'll just go side to side a little bit. Coming from the waist, the arms can be willowy. Not a whole lot of tension in the arms. And try to pull in that space just above the belly button. Just below the belly button. A tiny bit. Good. And releasing down. I'm going to get you to come up to the front edge of your mat. We'll run through Sun Salutation D, which is one of the ones we did yesterday. So bring your hands to heart center. And let's exhale. Extend your arms, breathe in. And fold forward, breathe out. Sit back into your first final roll. The legs will go up and down. 3. Bent knees are fine here. Keep your shoulders down. 2. One more time down. Knees to chest. Rock yourself into a standing forward fold. Breathe in, extended. Breathe out and fold. Inhale, sit back. And exhale. 3. Good. 2. One more time down. Good. Knees to chest. Breathing in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extended. And let's do that one more time. Forward fold. Sit it back. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to bring the knees to the chest and rock to easy pose. So coming to your easy pose. Pointer and middle fingers to the forehead. Breathing only through this right nostril. Exhale. And plug just the left nostril. Inhale right. And exhale right. Inhale right. Just breathing through this one nostril, this right nostril. Keep the breathing steady. Breathing in and out smoothly and deeply. One more time, breathing in and breathing out. Release your hand. Bring your feet to the floor. Come all the way down. We're going to practice our stretch pose series. The first one, dynamic stretch pose, palms on the floor. This is just like what you were doing in your sun salutation D. So you'll breathe out and lower your legs and breathe in and lift. And we'll try to do this about 9 times. Nothing too over the top. So there's your third one. Let's try it about 6 more. Breathe out, breathe in. Good, 3 more. Really working the hip flexors, working the belly, 2. And keep the rib cage drawn down. 1 more. And lift. Bring your knees to your chest and give a little roll in both directions. And now we'll try a static stretch pose. You have the option here to keep your hands and head and shoulders down and just lower your legs a little bit like this. This could be your stretch pose. Bent knees could be it too. Or you can lower your legs and just hover them close to the floor and curl your upper body off the mat. So you want to keep the belly drawn down. You want to keep your breath steady. And hang in there and know that what you're doing is good for you. This is one of those poses that's very, very hard for me to get motivated to try. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Knees to chest. Roll it around. And now take up some spinal rolls, rocking back and forth. Massage your lower back. We'll do a few more. On this next one, rock to an all fours position. Good. Good. And find a really sturdy corners under the pinky fingers, under the feet, under the knees. So we'll stretch the right leg out behind us and the left arm out in front of us. And this is going to be, my leggings don't feel right here. This is going to be the inhale. And then the exhale, you'll curl your knee and nose and elbow together. So breathe in and out. Stretch out. This is the last time we'll curl in. And then lengthen again, holding the rib cage close. You're going to bring your leg and your arm out wide to the side. And hold. You'll feel the hip warming. And then release. Good. And now we're going to do the same thing. Left leg stretches back. Right arm stretches long. Exhale. Curl. Inhale, extend. Try to match your breath to the movement. One more. And let's stretch it out and bring wide to the side. Arm stretching out, leg wide to the side behind you. Firm fingers, firm toes on the mat. You always want to build a firm foundation. and then release. Flip your toes and let's press back into downward facing dog. Moving the breath. And we'll try another dynamic motion, three-legged dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. And then exhale, bring it out wide toward your elbow. And inhale and exhale. One more time, breathe in. And this time on the exhale, you can hold your elbow here, knee right there, or you can come into Kundinasana. This is not something that I'm cueing. It's just something you can do if you already know it. Balancing. Good. Lower. And inhale from Chaturanga to downward facing dog. We're going to stay on the right leg. Same leg, doing something different. Inhale the right leg to the sky. But when you exhale, try to tuck it into your armpit. Then inhale to the elbow and exhale to the armpit. Good. Down and up. Two more. And one more. Step back. Walk it in place. Shake your head a little bit. Deep breath. And here we go, coming in on the opposite side, dynamic. Three-leg dog. Extend your left leg. And bring it out on the exhale to your elbow. Good. Extend and bend. Two more. And one more. Option to just rest the elbow or drop into your Kundinasana. Good. Step back to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Coming in on the left leg again, getting a little bit out of breath here. Deep breathing. The left leg lifts again, breathe in. But on the exhale, bring it to your armpit on the left side. And then just go down to the elbow on the inhale, up on the exhale. Down and up. 3, 2, use your tummy strength. And 1, good. Step it back and walk it out. I'll settle and staying in down dog. If you want to rest, you can come to child's pose at any time. Dynamic again, right leg lifting. And now bend your knee and circle it out wide. And we're going to circle for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Lunge your right foot between your hands. Good. Keep your back heel lifted. Sweep the arms up on the in-breath. And then circle them back, around, and down. Inhale up. And back, around, and down. Big motion with the shoulders. Opening the chest. One more time. Lift up. And then bring your arms back like wings. You're going to lean forward. You want a straight line here. And then spread your toes and see if you can come up onto the balls of your feet. This is a balancing pose. It's important to just keep a nice steady eye gaze. and release your heel. Release your hands to the mat and lower your back knee to the mat. You might need to slide your back knee back a little bit. We're going to keep the left hand on the floor. Reach the right arm up for a twist. Then if you want to, you can bend the back leg and hold your foot. Releasing the front of your leg, your shoulders. Keep drinking in the breath. Then slowly, without snapping, you're going to let this foot come back to the floor. Hands to the floor. Lift your back knee and step to downward facing dog. Sit bones tilted up. Let's try all that on the left side. Lift your left leg, breathe in, and circle it around and down. Breathe in and around and down. 2 more. 1 more. And then lunge your left foot between your hands. Get your feet all set up here. If you're losing your balance, it might mean that you need to walk that left foot over to the left a little. Give yourself a wider stance. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, circle down. Breathing. We're going to go for a couple more of these. This should feel good. 1 more. I'm having to bend my back arm, kind of funny because I don't have room here at the wall. And up. Then bring your arms back. Your palms face the floor. Spread your toes. And see if you can come up onto the balls of your feet. Good. Hips are hugging in. And you're creating strength. One more deep breath. And lower your heel, lower your fingertips, and put your back knee on the mat. Scoot it back if you want to. Untuck your toes. Right hand stays, left arm reaches. Unshrug your shoulders. This is a great place to stay, or you could bend your knee and hold your foot. Good. Really sink into your heels. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Take 1 more breath. Good. Lower your foot to the floor, tuck your toes. Lift your knee and step forward with your back foot. Just going to hang here, releasing for a moment. You can shake your head if you'd like to. Good. So use your in breath to fill up your lungs, fill up your chest. And we're going to step back with this left foot. Your right foot should be forward. Lower your knee and then kickstand your knee over to the left back here. Kickstand your foot, Coming up into, showing you these from the back will help. Coming up into a modified warrior 2. Knee bending out in the direction of your toe. Arms extend. And so you can see what this back leg is doing. If you can sink a little deeper into your hips, you'll do that. And then reach out and hold your ankle. And reach your left arm up for an open twist. Can you see how this underside body is staying long? And then come back up to your warrior two. We're going to straighten this front leg. This is another one that I thought was important to show you from the back first. So your foot's going to come behind your hip. Lift the toes of your right leg and turn your foot flat. Good. Extending your left arm, breathe in. And then slide your hands down into a lateral. This is called open gate. And now bring your arms back up. Turn your toes to face forward. Bend your knee and lift your back toes. Let's step forward. And inhale, filling the chest. Exhale, right foot lunges back this time. Knee down. Toes kickstand back behind the knee. Windmill up. Line up. So what I'm doing right now is lining up my knee with my front heel. Good. Long, strong arms. This opens the groin. I'm sure you can feel that. You're trying not to let this front knee collapse in, so you've got to use the hips. And now let's reach out, hold the ankle right here on the inside, and stretch up out of your right fingertips. Good. Breathe out. Come back up to your warrior two. And then straighten your leg. So you're getting your right foot right behind your knee. Good. And here we go. Extending right arm, leaning in. Try not to put too much pressure on this straight leg. If flexing your toes back don't feel good, you can put your foot flat like this. Just feel that side body opening. So good for you. Then we'll take one more breath. Exhale, come on up. Good. So you're going to turn back to face the front, but when you kickstand this leg back behind you, just come standing in your knees. This is camel pose. You can tuck your toes under if you want to have less of a reach. Okay? Or you can keep your toes untucked. So we're going to lift through the belly, through the front body, lift the hip points, curl the upper back, and reach for your feet. You should not feel any kind of tension in your lower back. Your hamstrings, your glutes, your back muscles working, chest open. Stretch your throat. And 2 more breaths. And 1. Pull the belly in, come up, pull in, and let's sit back into child's pose. Breathing across your lower back as if you had lungs here on either side of your low back. We'll come back to all fours, or you can, if you want to, you can step back to plank with me, but you can just lie down if you want to. And we'll lower through chaturanga. And then all the way to the floor. Good. I'm going to back it up a little bit. So this is a dynamic locust variation. So you'll have your hands by your hips, palms pressing the floor, forehead on the floor. Good. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle and then squeeze in with your thighs. Tuck your left toes under and then squeeze. You're going to keep your toes down, but squeeze your legs so your knees come off the mat. Good, and here we go. The legs are going to stay still. Inhale, reach up and back, and exhale, lower down. One more time, and down. Good. The hands are staying here. Untuck your toes and uncross. And then recross, you've got the left ankle on top, your right toes tucked under, forehead or chin on the floor. Let's breathe out. Inhale, just the upper body lifting. Breathe in and breathe out. 4, 3, 2, 1 more. And uncross. Good. Hands under your forehead. Just shake your hips a little bit from side to side. And let's prop up on the elbows now to try a pose called half frog. You could choose half bow as an option, but we're going to bring the left forearm across the front just as our support system, unshrugging this shoulder, and then your palm is open so that you reach back for your ankle or the inside of your foot. So your thumb's facing up. Now you can stay here in half bow and then rotate everything back to face forward. Or you see what I'm going to do with my fingers. I'm going to fan them forward, and when I do that, my elbow comes up and my heel comes down. This is really good for opening the chest and the top of the leg. And you're not forcing your body. If you're patient, over time your body will open into these shapes. There's still effort there, but not pain. And then release. And let's try on the other side. So right forearm coming across, reaching back with your left hand to hold. And you can stay here if you'd like. Or you can fan the fingers forward and press down. And this stretches the muscles, skin, all the tissues there, and the top of your leg and in your chest, and it strengthens your back and shoulders. The most common thing I see is people doing that and shrugging. So unshrug, stay long and tall. And let's slowly release. Yeah, good. Forearms on the floor. We're going to practice one more with the belly facing the floor. So you're going to tuck your toes. You can either come up to your knees. This is a modified forearm plank where you can press into your toes and lift into a forearm plank. Stay a little bit hollow through your chest, and then lengthen your tailbone down toward your feet. Pushing into the forearms, into your pointers and thumbs. 3, 2 more breaths. Good. 1 more. Now let's walk this up to dolphin. The hands stay like they are. It's like down dog, but you're on your forearms. And then push into your forearms. This will open your shoulders. If you're tight through the shoulders, you can clasp your palms. And ease your knees down. Good. Let's cross at the ankles, and we'll have a seat. Legs stretch out long, and no fanfare here. We're just going to fold forward. So you could fold forward a tiny bit and hold your shins a little more. Good. You could walk your feet back and fold a lot. So if you're holding your feet, use the strength of your arms to pull the top of your head towards your toes. Or even reach beyond your feet and hold one of your wrists out here. And just stay folded in. We're going to be quiet for a few breaths. We always kind of draw the rib cage in, keep some energy in the back and the belly so that we come up safely out of this. Good. So put your hands on the floor. This one, it's fun, but it's also can be challenging. Your hands don't want to be by your hips. They want to be a little bit ahead, right about here, just in front of your hips. So as you breathe in, you're going to sweep up to table. And as you breathe out, your hips float back here. See, they don't touch down. Breathe in and breathe out. Push into your hands and feet. Good. 3, 2, and let's just go one more. And 1. Good. And release. Awesome. So this next pose has the right leg folded back. Heel right by the hip. We practiced this yesterday and folded forward. Today we're going to fold back. If it bothers your knee, you can just stay sitting up. We're going to hold on to the sole of the foot and come all the way down. You see how my back is arched? Your back is probably going to be arched a little bit. You still are trying to lengthen. And now hold opposite elbows over your head. You can let your left leg just go long and let this be another opportunity to be quiet for a few breaths. And finish your next exhale. Bring your hand back to the sole of your foot and then push yourself up. We're going to bring the left leg, the long leg, into half lotus. You can press your thigh as an option, but to take half lotus, you're pulling your heel in towards your belly and then settling your foot here on the top of your thigh. So I think y'all can see that. And we'll take it into a twist. So you'll twist to your left. If you want to, you can hold your foot. That's called creating a bind. So I'm turned so I can show you that. Reach and find your foot. And one of the most common things I see is people arching the back a lot to try to create this bind. Don't do that. Keep it neutral. And then come back through the center. We're going to keep this left shin on top. Bring the right shin under. Stack your two shins on top of each other and flex both of your feet. See how we've got this going? Flex both of your feet. Walk the sit bones back. If your knee's way up in the air, probably don't add the forward fold. We're going to come out and down. This is good for your hips. These last few seated poses are hip openers. Breathe out and walk your hands back up. And feet to the floor. Let's just windshield wiper a couple times, side to side. Good. And then we'll come in on the opposite leg. So you're stretching your right leg out long. I just realized I have not had these lights on the whole time. But we're going to keep going with the video. I'm just going to turn the lights on for you so you can at least see the end of the class. So now we're going to fold the left leg back. Keep the right leg long. And start to lean back. Holding opposite elbows over the head. Settling in, you don't want to feel pain. Just want to feel release. Maybe a little discomfort. Now let's bring the hand to the sole of the foot so we can push ourselves up. And This is going to be right foot coming into half lotus on top of the left thigh. Remember, you don't have to bind. You can just twist to the right here and have your fingers on the floor. But if you want to bind, you can come around and get your foot. See how I've got my foot here. Your left sit bone is going to come off of the mat just a little bit. And then come back to the center. Then let's stack shins. Right shin on top of left shin now. And you're going to have your knee right over your ankle here. And if you can, push the opposite foot forward so that your right ankle is on top of your left knee. Walking the thighs out. Fold a little bit or a lot, whatever feels good to you. If you want to, you can stack your hands. Make fists and stack your hands so that you can rest your forehead on your hands here. Hang in there. Now let's lift the head, walk the hands back in, and come to easy pose. We're going to breathe in and out through only the left nostril this time. So bringing your pointer and middle fingers to your forehead. Close your eyes, breathe out, and let's plug the right nostril and breathe in left side. And breathe out left side. And that's what we're going to do for the next minute. Breathe in and out through this left nostril. Let's practice one more breath in through the left nostril. And then release your hands to breathe out. It's time for our final pose, resting pose, Shavasana. Come down onto your backs. Stretch the legs out long. Make yourself comfortable here. Relax. Relax your feet. And relax your legs. Relax your hips. And your back and your chest. Relax your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Relax the back of your neck, the back of your throat. Relax your lower jaw and your cheeks and your forehead. This last shape, your physical work is over. This pose is mostly mental work, learning to focus the mind by dropping the mind down into the body and paying attention to sensations that arise. Then as often as you need to, you gently redirect your thoughts down into the body so that you remain watchful. You remain tuned in to what's going on under your skin. Take a deep breath in, slow breath out. And start to move your fingers and toes, your wrists, your ankles. And steadily walk your feet in towards your hips and roll onto your side. And just using a little bit of effort, you're going to come up to a seat. Cross your legs in easy pose and bring your hands to heart center. I'm really glad you guys are joining me on the mat. I'm really grateful. Breathe out and circle your arms up on the inhale. And exhale your thumbs back to heart center. Namaste.